How's everybody doing on this beautiful Friday? So I wanted to come on and see if I can channel some messages from the ancestral realm. The veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is thin right now, getting thinner every day as we move closer to um, Sal Wednesday, Day of the Dead, Dia dos Muertos, All Saints Day. There's a lot of different traditions that practice and honor the ancestors during this time, and I find that they are closer to us. It's easier to communicate with them and vice versa for them to communicate with us. So I'm going to be using two decks. One of them is Ancestor Spirit Oracle, as well as my Rider-Waite deck, just to see what the message is, what the ancestral message is. My intention is I want to do it based on astrology. So I'm going to start with the sign that we're at right now, which is Scorpio. Very, very synchronistic, because Scorpio is the sign that does deal with death as well. So I'm going to start with Scorpios, what the spiritual message is, what the ancestor message is to Scorpio. And then I'm going to move through the zodiac. I'm probably not going to do all of them on this live. I'm going to have to break it down into 2 lives. And I'm going to try to go through 6 of them and do the next 6 on the next live. So let's see what message the ancestors have for Scorpios. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Don't hurt nobody, okay? For your birthday now. As we move through the beginning of the shadow of Mercury retrograde, I'm going to shuffle the cards one more time. What is the message from the ancestral realm for my Scorpios? I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. Okay, my Scorpios. So the first card that I got says, be thankful. Gratitude, appreciation, and harmony. So no matter what is going on in your life, your ancestors want you to feel a sense of gratitude. But I also feel, I'm going to just go with what I'm feeling intuitively. Your ancestors are grateful. I feel like some of you Scorpios have been offering things to your ancestors, praying to your ancestors, honoring them in different ways. Because if you look at this person, they're like in front of this shrine giving offerings. And I feel like your ancestors are also saying to you that they are grateful for the offerings you've been giving them, for honoring their traditions, and for not forgetting them, okay? Is what I really feel. Focus on children, pregnancy, birth, or adoption. So Scorpio, there's something going on in your life with a child, with your children. If not, you could be expecting a children or a child coming in to the family. That's what I really feel the ancestors are saying, that there's a child coming in. This child, though, obviously is a reborn ancestor. And Ifa, they say Baba Tunde, Ayana Tunde, which means mother, father's been here before. Okay, father return. Baba Tunde means father return. Ayana Tunde means mother return. So it says that we're born through the same bloodline over and over and over again. So this is ancestor coming back. Okay. And next we have whole self-health, natural therapies, balance, and Ayurveda. Okay, so for some of you Scorpios, you are either, for some of you, I'm really truly feeling like you're a healer. You're the person that is practicing this whole life self. And if you're not there yet, it's time to go into that space. It's time for you to take that class. It's time for you to find that mentor or that teacher and to deal with healing from a holistic place, mind, body, and soul, not just treating the physical body, but treating the whole body, okay? Now, let's shuffle. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Rider-Waite deck just to elaborate and give more clarity to these cards that have already been laying down here for my Scorpios. Scorpio season Let's see what the ancestors have to say to my Scorpions. Okay, Scorpions. So I have the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Lover's card. Okay. So the Knight of Swords is standing over the Be Thankful card. I'm feeling like this is a male ancestor that's got your back. Okay. And do not play about you. Okay. That's really what I feel from this card. He do not play about you. Okay. And if you feel this energy around you, I'm feeling like he wants you to work with him more closely. This could be somebody, for some of you, this is a close ancestor, like a great-grandfather. But for some of you, it may be somebody on the, I'm just hearing the father side of the bloodline, okay? For some of you as well. Remember, you got to take the meat and leave the bones, because, you know, everything I say is not going to be for everybody. But what resonates with you, keep that. The Knight of Wands sits over the focus on children. And I feel like the child that's coming in is coming in to complete a cycle, coming in to finish some work, some important ancestral work, okay? And I feel like you're a guide to this soul in some way, whether you're going to be the mother or are the mother, or you're connected to the mother, but in some way you are a guide, you are important. I want to say even soulmate, which means that there's a connection to this child beyond this physical incarnation, okay? And then we got the Lover's card here. And what I feel from the Lover's card is you're going to meet someone, okay? There's someone coming in romantically, okay? But this person is going to be a part of, what I'm hearing is when you, sexual healing. And we know Scorpio is the sign of sex, okay? And sex can be very healing with the right person, okay? Holistic healing too, for some of you Scorpios, the ancestors are saying yes, okay? Being with this person is going to be very healing. You're going to be able to raise your vibration through this connection and relationship, and you're going to be able to take the work that you're doing and how it's going to evolve, and how you're going to deepen in your spiritual power and your spiritual abilities, okay? So this was for Scorpios. Of course, I would say if you are Scorpio rising or sun or moon, take what you can from these different readings based on those major 3 points, okay? All right, so next we're going to do Sagittarius. So what is the spiritual message for Sagittarius? What is the ancestral message for Sagittarius? Ancestors, what do you need Sagittarius to know? Okay, I'm going to shuffle one time. Let's see what the message is for Sagittarius. So we have a card that says, answer the call, explore, travel, live. Sagittarius likes to hear that. We are the explorers of the zodiac. Go after your goals. And then we have awaken your inner shaman. I feel like the ancestors are saying to you that they're going to be sending you on some missions, but ultimately this is a part of your soul work that you're here to do, and the ancestors need for you to do as well. So answer this call that's getting ready to come to you, okay? This feeling, and you know how Sagittarius, you're the type that will kind of intuitively just jump up and go somewhere one day. And I feel like this is going to happen. The ancestors saying that they are a part of this desire that you're going to feel to get up and go and do something, and be more charismatic, more outgoing, is what they're saying too, that you may have been in a bit of a shell for a while, you know what I'm saying? But it's time to kind of come out of that and forge your way forward again. We got to go after your goals card, be persistent, encourage, and advance. The ancestors are supporting you very strongly right now, Sagittarius. They're saying that whatever it is that you want, go after it, go get it. Okay, they're behind you 100%. I'm looking at this card and you see the person here in front. That's the Sagittarius ready to come take off the head. Okay, and you see all the support the Sagittarius has back here. Okay, that's the ancestors. Like, we got your back. Okay, we are definitely here for you. So the next card is Awaken Your Inner Shaman. Okay, Sagittarius, some of you do have shamanistic abilities. I also feel too, this was passed down through your ancestral bloodline. This shamanic ability that you have to heal. I feel like the travels that you're going to be going on, you're going to be using that shamanic ability to help. You're going to be invoking energies and spirits in certain areas. Okay, if you don't know how to do this, it's time to learn. Okay, it's time to learn. It's maybe even time to, you know, like I said, to Scorpio, find a mentor, take a class. Okay, this ability is already there, but to learn how to hone and tap into it more, and to understand it better, that may be something that you need to do. But I feel like this call that you're going to be on, this traveling and going to different places, I feel like some of these places are intended for you to be there because there's going to be an activation that happens between you, within you, and within the land. Because of this shamanic ability that you carry, you have this ability to influence your environment in that way. And that skill is being called upon. Okay, let's see here. Let me pull a few more cards. Let's see what the ancestors have to say to Sagittarius. What do you need to know? Okay, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords reverse, Knight of Swords. So the Three of Pentacles, I feel like reverse is the ancestors. Okay, like I said, some of these may be even ancestral lands that you go to. You may be called back home to ancestral lands or to certain areas that are significant to your ancestors. Okay, also Three of Swords here. I feel like you're healing your heart. You're healing from some type of betrayal or a broken heart right now. This is happening too on an ancestral level. I feel like the ancestors are just letting you know that they're supporting you in this area of your life as well. When they're saying that they got your back, they're saying that yes, even in the healing process, they have your back. They hear your call. They heard your call, and they are all surrounding you. That's what I feel. Even still surrounding you with a lot of love. The Knight of Swords reverse says, don't rush, Sagittarius. Okay, that's the advice in doing this work and just moving through life as you go, as you take on these challenges, as you achieve your goals. Do not rush, okay? Because rushing, I feel like, is going to create some conflict. It's going to create some confusion, and it's going to also affect the way that you execute. So don't rush through things, Sagittarius. Ancestors are saying. All right, so let's look at Capricorn. We're going to look at Capricorn, Aquarius, and then Pisces, and then I'm going to stop. All right, so what is the spiritual message for Capricorn? What do Capricorn need to know from the ancestral realm? What do the ancestors have to say to my Capricorns? The first thing I heard Spirit say, you don't have to always do things the hard way. That's from one of your ancestors. You don't have to always do things the hard way. That is good advice for Capricorn, because Capricorn is is used to kind of enduring and going through things because it's ruled by Saturn. Sometimes, you know, you can take the path of least resistance. You know what I mean? And you don't always have to. I don't know why they had me pull out 4 cards for you, but I'm just going to move with it, okay? So the first card right here, move your body, and it's reversed, okay? Dance, breathe, flow. So the ancestors are telling you very clearly that it's time for you to get up and move around and move your body, okay? We have energetic centers in our bodies, different chakra points. And when life becomes stagnant, it's because in somewhere in our bodies, the energy is not moving and we have become stagnant. So this is saying there's a sacred energy to movement and to breathing and to flowing. And I'm also feeling this too, like, get in the flow of things instead of going up current and against the grain. Go with the flow a little bit, okay? Is what I'm feeling with this too. Card being reversed right here. Focus on children. This card has come up for you too as well. I feel like there's a little bit of a different meaning for this. I feel like this is you needing to heal the inner child, your inner child, okay? Next to it, open to love, reverse, relationship, passion, and fulfillment. So Capricorn, there's something going on in your heart space, okay? Where, and it's connected to the inner child too as well. Like as you heal that, it's going to help you a lot in your love and relationship so that you can be open to love, because love is calling. Love is calling, okay? Next to it is answer the call. It's reversed. I feel like love wants to come into your life, Capricorn. And the ancestors are definitely wanting you to work a little bit more inwardly, work on a little bit softening yourself through healing the inner child and working on your heart chakra, okay? All right. Let's see. We've got Aquarius. What is the ancestral message for Aquarius? How you doing, Leonardo Lopez? I do read too many comments. I lose my focus. All right, so let's see what the energy is for my Aquarius. What is the ancestral message for Aquarius? What is the ancestral message for Aquarius? What is the ancestral message for my Aquarius? Okay, let's cut the deck. Let's cut to the chase. Aquarius is like that, right? Let's get to the point. Spiritual guides, insight, guidance, and purpose. So for some of you, I feel like there's a Native American ancestor that is one of your spirit guides that is stepping forward at this time. Okay. Also significant in this right here, I believe this is a hawk. I want to say this is no, maybe that's an eagle. Take that back. I think it's an eagle. Okay. So I'm looking at the beak. That's kind of like how I can distinguish between the two. But that looks more like an eagle. But I think that may be what they call a totem, okay? And different, like especially when you're dealing with the Native American indigenous people,